Today, back on the workbench is our no prep drag car. So welcome back to our no prep drag car build. This is episode 4 of the no prep drag car that we are putting together on the Chuckworks RC chassis. This is a car that we've been building out of completely new parts. It is a Slash no prep drag car, but we're not using a sacrificial Slash for this build. We've gone through a bunch of different episodes so far. In our last episode, we completed the front end. I'll put a link up there to that one. But we weren't totally happy with everything. We didn't love the shocks and we didn't love how tight the steering was here because it was binding. So there's another video that kind of goes in between episode 3 and this episode 4 where we put together some new shocks and put new kingpins in here to adjust everything. I'll also put a link to that video there so you can be all caught up if you haven't on this build. But like I said before, really excited about this build. This is a no prep drag car. In the beginning, wasn't sure what kind of drag car it would be, but we've settled on no prep. And we've built the front end. We've bought a whole bunch of parts. You'll see there's a lot of hot racing parts here, different things. Last video, we had anticipated starting to build the rear end of this car, but we couldn't because even though we ordered a ton of parts, we didn't order these guys. And we have them now, so that's very exciting. Of course, we also have these guys who are identical because at one point these said they were lost in the mail, so we reordered these, and so now we've got 2 full sets. So yeah, we got that. But if there's anybody out there that needs a Traxxas 3793 or a Traxxas 3195, hit me up in the comments and I'm sure we can make you happy because I don't need 2 sets of these. But what we're going to do today is assemble the rear end according to our Traxxas manual. We have a manual here. So we're going to build this rear end out of mainly aftermarket parts. This set here is original Traxxas and these are original Traxxas, but everything else is pretty much an aftermarket part. We've got a hardened gear here. We have a bunch of hot racing parts here. We've got a hot racing case here. So we really have a bunch of things that we're going to put together that are not necessarily Traxxas stock. Except for a couple little things. So why don't we dive into that now, put this guy together and attach it to the chassis, and pretty much at that point we will have almost a rolling chassis for our no prep drag car. So a number of weeks ago, we started on episode 4 of our drag car build. Very excited to get moving on this drag car build, as you saw. And we assembled this. We assembled our hot racing gear differential. It's a sealed differential that uses different weight oils to adjust. Really, really excited, and started to move on to the second step and couldn't go any further. Apparently, I had not ordered this part. I didn't need the whole thing. I don't need this gearbox because I have this amazing hot racing gearbox here, but I didn't have this shaft, that little shaft right there. So we ordered that shaft. It was in stock. It was really easy to get, no big deal. And then it was shipped out immediately. This was right around the holiday time, so shipping and packages were not only pandemic impacted, but holiday shipping impacted. And this part sat in the USPS warehouse after it was shipped for a number of weeks, and it just appeared. So really excited to get back into this build where we are putting together the back end of this Traxxas Slash drag car. So now that we have this, and we also picked up one of these because I'm a little afraid that I'm gonna need these screws and that nut right there for the build. But that's why you'll notice I'm wearing a different outfit. The workshop is a little different. There's some new tools and stuff on here that arrived in the holiday time. We had to take a break. We thought we were gonna do it all in one setting and get this, and we did not. So now that we have this guy, we can get back to assembling the rear end of our Traxxas Slash Chuckworks RC chassis drag car. Okay, so this required this. It did not work otherwise. So I put this in a vise, tapped lightly on the top, and this went right in, and now it is perfectly seated. So this is crazy exciting. We have a drag car chassis. It's complete. Everything is made, the front end, the back end, the Chuckworks RC chassis, it's all put together. Check this thing out. It is a thing of beauty. It's really incredible. I mean, it's been quite a few episodes. This is our 4th episode, but this one seems to be finished finally. We're gonna need electronics and gonna need a body and some wheels, you know, a servo or a speed control, a battery, a motor, all that stuff to make it go. But in the meantime, we have a fully built chassis. Check this out. You've got your wheelie bar here. We put the little Traxxas wheels on it. 3D printed an extender bar for the shock tower so that we could get more of a vertical orientation of the shocks. This is actually put together with carbon fiber impregnated PLA. So hopefully it's a little stiffer. We'll see, but I'm kind of happy with the geometry. You know, these are Bandit rear arms, so it's a little narrower. We have the Slash front arms on the front. You know, follow the instructions like Chuck said. We had to drill new holes to mount the shocks because you put the A-arms backwards. But, I mean, everything is put together. It is a thing of beauty. It's gonna need some electronics. It's gonna need all that stuff. I mean, talk to me down in the comments. What should I put in this thing? What is the best thing to make this thing go as fast as possible? I mean, it's really stiff. I mean, it's light. It just looks incredible. So that is the end of this episode. In our next episode, we are going to mount the body, paint the body, put the tires on here, glue them up, and put them on there. You know, get it so it's a full rolling chassis. Still figuring out what the electronics are. So like I mentioned, you know, talk to me in the comments below. What's a great set of electronics? I'm gonna need a battery, a speed control, a servo, a motor. What should I put in here? But this thing is really shaping up, and this is a really, really exciting episode. We have completed the chassis for our Chuckworks No Prep drag car. Thanks for watching.